You're listening to the Deidre Reigel Hope and Healing Radio Show, where your voice matters. We're glad you're here and believe you will be too. And now, Deidre Reigel with today's guest.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Deidre Reigel Hope and Healing Radio Show. And today we have a little reversal of roles. I am acting as the guest today, and joining me is Wenda Blake from Colorado. And she is going to be acting as a host because we have something very wonderful to talk about, and that is a new piece of music called Our Forever Song. Wenda, welcome to the show, and thank you for acting as host today.
Hello, Deidre. Thank you. Yes, this is going to be fun. I have known you for a while now, and you are always full of beautiful new ideas that assist humanity and our beloved Mother Earth. And I think, if I'm not wrong, you're working on something very special called Our Forever Song, Remembering Who We Are. What is this event? And you mentioned it at the opening, but what is this event and what is its purpose?
Well, thank you for asking, Wenda. On September the 9th in Sarasota, Florida, I will be presenting the debut of Our Forever Song, and that will happen at the Cosmic Center of Light in the Meadows area of Sarasota. And it's a wonderful place. It's where I've had some associations with some wonderful people, and I'll be talking more about that location at the end. I'll actually give the address. In the meantime, what I want to say about Our Forever Song is it's part of what I believe will become a whole series of musical products that help us really call up and relate to our ancient memories of Mother Earth. And I think all of us have an intrinsic understanding of how old this planet is. And I think we remember when this planet was pristine and beautiful and was what we would call paradise. Every religion on the planet has this idea of paradise. And so what this music does is calls to our memories, in this specific instance, of the ancient culture of Lemuria and the ancient continent of Atlantis, and those two very wonderful cultures. And so what makes this so very different is that it is working with those energies of music, and the music has come through to me that I believe is very indicative of the indigenous music of both cultures. And so I put it in modern terms, so we're combining ancient with modern. And what makes the presentation so different is that the audience will actually get the opportunity to become the choir. Now, this sounds very exciting to me. I've had a lot of years of choral directing experience, and I love that feeling of aggregating human voices in the same room where we all get together and we all are singing the same thing with the same intent, and there's great power in that. So what will happen that evening, it is very interesting. And, of course, this is all inspired work. So what I envision is that each person coming in will be handed a copy of the actual choral score of this piece of music that's been fully orchestrated. And what we'll do is, we'll get settled, we'll meditate first, and then I'll explain the process, and I'll actually run everybody through some vocal and physical warm-up so we can tune up our voices and get all of that moving. And then I will actually teach the part. So there's a women's part, there's a men's part. We're talking about keeping that balance of masculine and feminine energies. And then once I teach all the parts, we'll put the backing track on, and we'll begin to sing with that backing track. And, of course, I'll be conducting during this time and really guiding us through all of the aspects of this journey that we're having in our music. So that's a little rundown of Our Forever Song and what makes it so different.
Well, that sounds really, really fun. You spoke about the audience and that they're going to be the choir. What would you expect when at the end, what do you think the takeaway will be for those people participating?
Well, this really goes back to your first question, which I'll answer better now. What is the purpose? And so the purpose is to remember who we really are. And that will be the takeaway. The last piece of music in this 14-minute collection of wonderful new songs that have come through me is remember who you are. Remember you're a shining star. And so this is the purpose. This is the takeaway, is to remember who we really are. And I think as we make our journey through this particular piece of music, and we call up those ancient memories, we will have this awareness of the incredible beings that we are. And of course, I'm taking us through the development of each culture, and to be candid, walking us through the war that happened, that we now understand, where both of these continents sank, and remembering that there was war on this planet, which of course every one of our religious organizations talks about, and remember that conflict that we have within ourselves between good and evil, and then the healing process, the recreation of new life, which I believe we're experiencing on this planet as we speak. So there is a new earth forming. Again, every religious organization, every religious group, every culture talks about the new earth coming. And I believe we are the people who are making that happen, who are here for that purpose. And in that process, remembering who we are and what we're here for is critical for us to say, we know who we are and we know what we're doing here.
Excellent. Well, I want to pop back to a little bit around the logistics again. Tell us again where this is taking place, and maybe a little bit of why you chose this particular venue.
Well, it's happening at the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light, and of course that address will be on the podcast itself. It's in the Meadows area of Sarasota. This is a very special place to me. The people who run this are very attuned to the new energies coming into Mother Earth. They're very aware of the fact that we are beings of light and that we have much support from the help of heaven, the help of our galactic brothers and sisters. They're very aware of what's going on, and it's particularly near and dear to me because I did my Reiki training at Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light and found it to be this wonderful, warm place. There are many wonderful things happening there throughout the week, and it's a place that I just believe is perfect for this. And Sharon Elizabeth, who actually is a leader of this organization, is very tuned into the Lemurian energies and has had some very recent wonderful healing experiences with the Lemurian energies. So it's just the perfect place for us to have this event.
Now, who have you invited, or who is invited to be a part of this event?
Anyone who wishes to sing. So the lead line of all the advertising on this says, calling all singers. So even if you feel you have no training in singing, or you're not sure if you know how to sing, you are still more than welcome to come in and share your gift and bring your presence and bring your voice as well. So it's open to anyone who feels the call, who resonates with their ancient memories of Earth, who knows they're here to help usher in new Earth, or even anyone who's curious about that.
Deidre, this sounds like so much fun. I really wish I could be in Florida for this event. Are there going to be more opportunities, maybe in other locations?
Yes. This is actually a prototype that I'm doing. I'm really basically trying this out to see if I have everything correctly. How do I say this correctly, put on paper? You know what I mean? You get an idea and you want to make sure you're really executing it well. And so it'll be a time for the audience to give me feedback, what was wonderful, what could be made better. It's time for me to really feel through and adjudicate the work that I have done. And so from there, then I will be looking at other venues outside of Sarasota, and we're going to see where all of that all of that takes place. We're just going to see how that unfolds.
Well, I thank you so much for sharing all of this. I am certain that our Forever Song will light up the hearts and souls of everyone that joins in and adds their voice to your wondrous creation. And I expect this to go all over. Once you do it there in Sarasota, that it will just expand, and I hope to see you head west.
Yes, I feel myself heading west with this, heading north as well. And, of course, as we go through life, we develop deep friendships, and I'm sure everyone listening can relate to this. I have friends literally all over the country, and dear friends. And so I have a feeling that this is a little bit of a foundation for me to utilize, to take this to other parts of the United States, and, of course, ultimately going global. And with our technology now, of course, I plan on videotaping this so we can send these events around the globe with a touch of a button, thanks to our wonderful technology. So, yes, headed west, headed north, headed global with this. This is intended to be global because there are many of us around the globe who remember who we are, and many others who will join us. So thank you for asking.
Excellent. Okay, Deidre, I just want to give you my heartfelt blessings for this event and for the unrolling of all of the rest. So blessings to you and blessings to all of our listeners today.
Thank you so much. And one final word, Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light is located at 5041 Ringwood Meadow, and it's building G25. It's in Sarasota, Florida. And their phone number is 941-371-9333. Again, this event is happening on Sunday, September the 9th, starting at 7 p.m. We are asking for a $10 donation at the door to help defray expenses. And I am looking forward to a wonderful crowd of excited people to come in and do this. And Wenda, I so thank you for everything you have contributed to this. And I want to give a shout out to you, to the people listening. Wenda has been the one who's designed the flyers and just kind of held my hand as we've talked through some processes here. So Wenda, I have such gratitude for you and the part that you are playing in this, and I wish to bring you honor and blessing as well.
Thank you, Deidre, and I receive it, and I am very grateful to work with you. I love it, and this event's going to be so much fun. So I'll be excited to hear all about it.
Okay, great. Wenda, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Wenda Blake has joined me today, acting as host. And if you're listening to this, which I'm sure that, of course, if you're listening to it, you're hearing me say it, I hope to see you at the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light on September the 9th. Wenda, thank you. Blessings to all. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the show and host. This podcast and its content are not intended to diagnose or treat any medical or mental condition or substitute for proper professional care in this regard. You've been listening to the Deidre Reigel Hope and Healing Radio Show, where your voice matters. We hope you have enjoyed this podcast and found inspiration for your own life. If you would like to be a guest on this show, please contact us at drhoperadio@gmail.com. That's drhoperadio@gmail.com. I'm Oliver Dill on behalf of all of us here at the Deidre Reigel Hope and Healing Radio Show, wishing you a day full of joy and goodness.